friends. Hope you're doing well. So it is January 3rd in the morning, which means it's time to go over my stupid arbitrary goals. End of the year 2024 edition. So here's where we ended up. We ended up at 67.63% completion rate, which is pretty good. That's like a D plus. Yeah, D plus by most metrics. But if you're grading it on a bell curve, look over at our progress for the last couple years. You see that just beats the average by a little bit, and that does mean I rallied really hard for December to be my best month of the year, beating June by just a little bit. So I could afford. I was using a Steam Deck as the carrot there. So I was trying to, I was getting using that as my kind of motivation to do well, and I pulled it out. I did pretty well. So here's kind of where we ended with our goals. Kind of a post-mortem, if you will, here. So looking at these goals, I was actually doing pretty good on this. If we look at, I was keeping up on it. Yeah, maybe I wasn't actually. I thought I was. In my head, I was. I was not. The hockey training goal. So this was a very difficult goal. It's very doable, I think, because I've done over 1,000 miles, and I'm pretty sure I could do twice that, because it's really just like 6 miles a day. So it's like getting on the bike, going after it. It's a doable goal, and I'm attracted to the number because it's the shortest distance you could ride a bike across the continental United States. So it seems like a fun one. The hockey training goal was destined to fail, and the fact that I got 42% is pretty crazy. Because as written, I would have had to spend 5 hours or something like that to get 1%. That's just unhinged. Which, now that I'm saying that, in this year, 2025, I'm back on the movie goals, and I think I'd have to spend, again, like 5 hours to get 1%. But at the same time, I can watch a movie while I'm editing photos or riding a bike or doing Warhammer stuff. There's a lot of ways I could kind of synergize goals, so it's not that big of a deal. The 3.5 million steps in active calories, this was the one I was actually keeping up on pretty well. Yeah, because 7.5 is about what you need per month. And so I was doing okay, and then, yeah, that's good, that's really good there. And then it kind of started slowing down on the second half of the year, and then it slowed down more. I mean, it really wasn't that far off, really. It just like, it's one of those goals that, like, once it starts slipping, it's so hard to get caught back up, because 3.5 million steps. I might have set that to be lower. Or did I keep it at 3.5? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't, yeah, no, I kept that at 3.5, so, yeah. I don't remember if I adjusted that one to be 3.5, but, that is it's not not an impossible goal. It's just like, for my lifestyle, I don't take a lot of steps. I really have to force myself to get that one. I've been thinking about getting a standing desk, because I've edited video standing up, but I kind of like it. It's a little nicer. I don't know if I can edit photos standing up. It's a little different. But if I had one of those ones that raises and lowers with button pushes, I think that would be the ideal situation for me. Because this year I'm gonna try to edit more video, or at least the editing video is a goal of mine. And I think one of the reasons I had such a hard time editing video in 2024 is because I knew I wasn't getting points for it. And as stupid as it sounds, this spreadsheet really lights up that ADHD part of my brain of fill in your circles, get your check marks, that kind of shit really pumps me up and gives me gas. So in this coming year, we'll get to that. 3 million pounds of kettlebells, that was a huge fucking failure. Got 10% on that one. I'm changing that goal this year. It's back, but I'm allowing myself to count heavy clubs and heavy maces to count towards that goal. And so this year, I've making some progress already on it. 50 books. I really pulled out the stops here and got, where was I at the end of the year on books? 70%. So I got a 20% increase. I read 10 books in December. That's pretty fucking crazy. Good for me. Some of them were short though. Some of them were like the kind that are just like real, 100 pages that are like, whatever, counts. It's my stupid arbitrary goal. I'm counting it. Fuck you. Experiences, adventures, knock that shit out of the park. 216. Warhammer time. This is when I adjusted to be harder because I like basically had it at like the halfway point of the year. 300 was just a little too much. So this year in 2025, it's still there. But it's 250 instead. Finance goals. I didn't do too bad. And this finance goals is the wrong term. It's business goals. Most of what I was doing was kind of like pushing with business, but I paid off a good amount of debt. I wanted to pay off more debt, but I think with a little bit of focus, I could maybe potentially be debt-free by the end of the year if I'm really focused on it, and that would be sick. Although I still owe my dad money for a car. My dad paid for. He loaned me the money for my new car. I didn't have to get a new car, but like my it was one of those things where like the car I had just kept just breaking, and then I was just paying money because I loved that car so much, and I just kept putting money into it. And it's like I realized like in the last 5 years I had probably spent $10,000 or $15,000 just keeping it on the road, and I'm like, I see comps going on Facebook Marketplace for like 2-3 grand. I'm like, it's not worth keeping it up. And then it was giving me some like electrical issues where like the battery wasn't bad, but like some days like it just would die, and I'm like, it's time. And the windshield was cracked, and the tires were due, the brakes were due. There's just so many things wrong with it, and I was just like, it's time. So I was resisting it because I didn't want to have a car payment. And then my dad was like, I will loan you the money. I will buy you the car. You pay me back whenever, on your time schedule. And then you just please get a new car. That's how my parents are. They're super like overly generous like that. And because they've been like that my whole life. And so I like rebel against that. I'm like fiercely independent of like, I'm not taking your money. It's such a wild like rejection of privilege. Because that if you're cognizant of it, if you're aware of it, if your parents like constantly supporting you, it makes you like feel like you're not an adult. And so like, but then it's like, okay, you can say yes to some help sometimes. You're paying it back. It's just a 0% interest loan. So there's that. What else do we got? The 50,000 photos. Crushed that one into the cheap seats. I took so many fucking photos this year. It is nauseating. If we look here, I took 169,000 photos. That's just unhinged. No one should take that many photos in a year, but I did. And I regret all of it. I don't. I love taking photos. I'll fucking do it again. Watch me, bitches. Pieces of content, 316. This is a record high for me, although I think like 80 of them, more than 80, probably 100 of them were shorts, and a lot of them were very low effort. So, did I get 316? So again, I didn't even get the 500 even with my low effort bullshit. So, but this is a doable goal again, and I'm chasing this one with a fucking hatchet this year. I'm going hard into this one. I've got more low effort bullshit to do. It's a number. YouTube is a numbers game. That's all it is. I feel like. I think if you can, when I've done the best on this channel and others, it's just like doing daily videos and doing it for enough time, and you find your people, you find whatever, you just can talk to the camera and talk about whatever fucking dumb bullshit you're thinking about at the time, which is all this channel is it me being like, here's some fucking bullshit that this dumb idiot thinks. And then my other channels, you know, and it's just like, why does that do well? It's like, I don't know, it's a fucking numbers game, and it just happens to hit, the algorithm likes it, and it gets accelerated. Like, everything is valid. Like, don't think your whatever isn't valid. You might make shit, this might be shitty too, compared to what I could make, but like, I enjoy making it. So if you're having fun making it, fucking keep doing it. Like, and if you do enough of it, eventually you will be rewarded for it. So that's kind of the point of that goal. So that goal's coming back. 67.63%, not bad. Once again, let's look at that. Rolling averages, better than last year, better than the year before that. Not as good as 2020, but then I went and looked at the 2020 goals and I laughed at how fucking easy they were. And the 2019 goals, also easy as fuck. I don't know about the 2018 goals. I gotta go find those, but this goals were fucking laughable bullshit. I think in 2019 it was like, read 12 books. It's like, yeah, fuck you, idiot. So now I feel like my goals are good, and I'm going after them. So, here is where we're at for 2025 already on the start of day 3. So this is 2 days in. We got 4 miles on bikes. We're playing hockey, we're lifting heavy things. So I combined the kettlebell goal with the hockey goal. So now that one is just this bonus goal here. And then moving the weight, and then playing hockey and doing hockey adjacent things, which would be like stick handling. I'm also counting like footwork drills, stuff that I'm doing that I would not be doing otherwise. Like, I'm doing it because of hockey. Once again, the 3 million steps, but I also added 365 active hours, which is just like Apple Watch tracks it, and you get, if your heart rate's over a certain threshold while you're in activity mode, it counts minutes, and then you add them up. I'm trying to do an hour a day. Mobility work and functional training. This has come back. Functional training, basically, for the purposes of this, is basically just doing like light club swinging, doing body weight stuff, doing mobility stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's like stuff that isn't hockey related but is hockey. I'm doing it to be better at hockey and also to feel better. I think it's more just like hockey's kind of the cornerstone there of like, or keystone, keystone's the word. That makes me like want to be in better shape and all that. And then when I start doing mobility work, it's like I just feel better. Read 50 books, watch 365 films, experiences. That one's back. You just know them when you see them. Going to new restaurants, bringing my fiance coffee at work, shit like that. Basically, it's doing something I haven't done before, or haven't done in like 5+ years. Going somewhere noteworthy, worth talking about. It's like going to a concert, going to a play, that kind of shit. Attempts to make my fiance feel special, attempts to make the dog feel special, which really, making the dog feel special is taking him to the park. Because that's what the goal used to be, was, park adventures. And he fucking loves them. And he's Gooby, so he deserves them. 250 hours of Warhammer time. Doing pretty good on that one. I played some Kill Team today. Do the work, show the work is a new goal. So it's taking video editing, the photos, the YouTube videos made, and posting on social media. Because in the past, what's happened is I've done like these business goals, and I've combined like the effort with the actual results, and what that's done is it's made me not it's made me prioritize all the effort goals and then not really focused on the results goals, which the results goals are not necessarily, they're goals that would be hard if you didn't do the effort. So, paying off debt, saving money, that kind of shit. So now the finance goals are actually finance goals, where it's like, no, you gotta save money and you gotta pay off debt. Fuck you. Like, you have to actually take the money, not spend it on stupid shit. 50,000 photos is back again, and 50 pieces of video content is once again back, but here's the interesting thing on the video content. I'm counting the making videos counts for one, and doing live streams counts for one, but shorts only count for a fourth. So I have to make 4 shorts for every one video. And so even if I'm doing low effort bullshit, well, I gotta make 4 of the low effort bullshits to get one video. So that balances that out a little bit. Although I will say, even with the low effort bullshit, I was able to get a good amount of subscribers on that channel that I did the low effort bullshit thing on. So maybe it wasn't that stupid of an idea. To make some shorts, make some low effort bullshit, see what happens. That's my advice for YouTubers. So yeah, these are the goals. And I think overall, like the more guiding principle goals is I was like framing this, and also like I want to save money, I want to pay off my debt, be a little more responsible, be more of an adult. And I was talking to my fiance. It's like, we gotta really like kind of hone our spending habits, and because there was a couple times last year where I was just broke as shit. At one point, I had $16 in my bank account, which is the least amount of money I've had in my bank account since I don't even know. It's got to be 5+ years. Even during COVID, it didn't get that low. So I was like, and the real reason is not because I was broke. It was because I was spending money and not sending invoices. So like, I saw that, and then I went and I think I sent like 15 invoices that day. I was like, oh, that's why I'm broke. So I need to be more of an adult and do the invoices quickly and not send them fucking 2+ months later. Like, it's because I don't like to send invoices till the work is done, because sometimes like scope changes and shit, but like it's pretty rare. Also, iced coffee, baby. Yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning. But I bought an iced coffee on the way out of the game shop, because the game shop I goes to, they have a coffee shop, and the fiance loves coffee. And like me, well, I don't know, I think we both probably have ADHD, because caffeine does not really affect us that hard. Because she's asleep. She pounded that coffee and then was like, I'm sleepy. Went to bed. So, good for her. But I'm still awake because I'm nocturnal, because I don't have any work going on right now. So, but next Monday, I think, is my first job of the year. And it's early, and it's in Lincoln, which sucks, because that's like an hour drive. So I have to like get up extra fucking early to go do some bullshit. But that's okay, because it's good, because January is usually super slow. So, but also this month I'm gonna kind of go after making videos with a hatchet. So that's kind of the goal this year. Okay, so this year I've got 12 goals. Normally I have like 10. So I think each month I'm like picking one to go after hard. And this month, it's this 500 pieces of video content goal I'm going after hard. I'm trying to get 10% or better. Because that's like, I think 8% is what a month to month is. So if I can get 10%, that'd be really good. It's kind of how I see of it. And then I'm gonna let myself get a little treat if I can reach the arbitrary fucking number of the arbitrary fucking goal. Then I get an arbitrary fucking treat, and that keeps me from wanting to harm myself or just give up on life. This spreadsheet gives me life. It is my purpose for living. And I think, people are like, why are we here? It's like, you have to make up your own fucking purpose, and this spreadsheet is mine. So make your own fucking spreadsheet, see what happens. It might work for you. It's been working for me. So it definitely, I think I can attribute a lot of my success, to whatever degree it has happened the last 10 years, is directly attributed to these fucking stupid bullshit arbitrary goals and the dumb fucking spreadsheet, and whatever part of my lizard brain it lights up when I get to type in numbers and be like, look at it, it's going up. So there you go. That's what I think I went off on a tangent there, and I never resolved that tangent, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, anyway, so but the whole point, I was like, we gotta rein in our spending. That's what I was getting to. Did I finish that thought? I don't know, but I'm gonna fucking do it right now. We just gotta rein in our spending, be adults, and I was like, man, it's gonna be like a year of fucking withdrawal and without and withholding. And And my fiance's like, no, it's a year of intention. So, boom. That's what we're doing. We're doing a year of intention. We're being more intentional with our energy, with our effort. We're gonna spend less time on the fucking internet looking at dumb bullshit about Donald fucking Trump and the other politicians, and it's all horseshit. And I know it's privileged to say like that shit that's happening in Washington D.C. doesn't really affect me. Is a super privileged thing to say, and I can fully acknowledge that. And I think for a lot of people, that statement is also kind of true. In two regards, is that like, is it useful to be informed? Is like, yeah, but also like, are you gonna do anything with that information? And it's like, most of the time, it's not gonna direct your day to day. It might, but like most of the time, that stuff isn't. And the flip side of that equation, and why I think more people should have this, even though yes, it is 100% a privileged way of thinking about it, is that it's not good for your mental health to see just how fucked up stuff is. And despite the shit that went down the last time that dipshit was in charge, and if you don't think he's a dipshit, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, he's a fucking idiot. The last time he was in charge, I still did okay. You know, I not only weathered the storm, but like good things happened to me. You know, bad things happened too, but like that wasn't Donald Trump. That, you know, made my ex-girlfriend break up with me, and a whole bunch of other stuff that happened with that relationship, which is a whole other story. I don't know if I ever talked about that. It's traumatizing with a capital T. The short version, trigger warning, somebody, not me, tried to harm themselves, and not tried to successfully harm themselves, but they're alive and they're doing well now, so good for them, and I'm happy for them. But yeah, that was very traumatizing, and then I met my fiance, and we had a good time, and then we broke up, and then we got back together. So, good things can still happen. There is still some hope in the world that good shit will happen. I made a bunch of money like that when Trump was in charge last time. I had my best year ever, which part of that is because of the fucking stock market bullshit that everybody got into, and it was literal gambling, and I did well, with some educated guesses. So that happened, but I also like did okay business-wise, and last year was my best business year. So hopefully, I'm kind of hoping we can do that again. We can just keep being excellent at what I do, and I've already got a couple jobs lined up that are like some big jobs. I've got one job coming up here in the next couple weeks. That's a week-long job, and it was like, it's in Florida, and it's like a convention. It's like 12-hour days, and I'm like, man, I don't want to fucking do that. So I threw them a number. I was like, here's a fucking crazy number, and they're like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, fuck, not gonna do that shit. So, but it's for an unhinged amount of money, which is good because I have a tax bill, and I gotta pay my taxes, and that money will go to probably pay all my taxes. So that's awesome. Because I'm an irresponsible adult who doesn't pay his quarterly estimates. I gotta do that. I'm gonna try to do that this year. I'm gonna try. We'll see what happens. It's usually, the problem is I don't have cash flow, good cash flow. But we're being more intentional. We're spending less money, doing stupid shit, buying stupid shit. I'm decluttering. I also coming to the realization that with the way interest rates are and the way housing prices are, like, the reality is we're not going to be able to afford a house in the near, year or two. So it's like, okay, well, this apartment is going to be our home then, because moving out would be very expensive. And so we're going to have to figure out how to make this work, and that means decluttering a lot of stuff and not bringing more shit into it. So, yeah. Anyway, that is all of it. I think that's everything. Yeah, that was my year last year. That's kind of a look ahead at the year this year and the month. And yeah, do you have goals this year? Did you set goals? Did you set resolutions? Or are you gonna be living with intention? Do I need to bully you? into fucking doing shit, making your own spreadsheet and seeing if it lights up your fucking stupid lizard brain. And seeing if it doesn't improve your life dramatically. I don't know, give it a fucking shot. See what you think. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow, because I'm gonna fucking try and do a bunch of fucking videos. Because I like making videos. I want to do more of it.